Hey, it's Charlie Sheen here. We are winning today. What's up, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Thought Catalog. Today, I've got a fun video for you, and it's about mental health. It's something that a lot of people say, oh, it needs to be talked about more, and I completely agree. But the way I see it, it's like brushing my teeth. Yeah, I do it every day. I do exercises to brush my teeth every day. But do I talk about it? No, I want to talk about other things that are actually more cool and entertaining, such as Crystal Pepsi or the NWO or video games or whatever. But, I figure I'd make this one-off video in the channel just to let you know I am a real person. I have real things in my head. And there's not one event or anything recently that has happened, so I'm not in any distress or anything. But it's just something I thought about, and I'm like, yeah, that would be good to put out in the world. That's how I see any video. It's like, is it a good idea? Before I shoot a video, before I even think about writing or anything, I'll be like, is that something good to put out into the world for people to digest and all that? And I thought about this a while, and I'm like, yeah, it's good. So there's just a few points I want to go through, and it's more or less if you are a person that feels driven to do something in the world. Now, sadly, there are a lot of people that don't have like big dreams or dreams at all. Like they're just kind of schlepping through life and they really don't know what they want. And it's very sad. I feel very thankful, yes, thankful that I found out early on in my life what I wanted to do. One was to rock and roll, and two was to make music and videos and all things creative and write stuff. I found that out at a very early age. I started out with writing when I was like in third grade, and that moved into music when I was about 14, 13 or 14. And music, there was so many avenues to go down when it was just music, writing the stuff, performing in a band, arranging songs, producing, learning audio tricks and how to record things. Like there's so much things I got into, and without figuring out that I liked writing and making music and stuff, I don't know where I would have been. I did have the idea that I was going to join the Marines right after high school, but the Marines didn't accept me, and none of the military did accept me. But before then, even, I already enjoyed making music, so that probably would have killed my enjoyment of things and pursuing creative things. So who would have known? But I'm glad I did go down the path I did go down. Regardless if it was better or not, I am happy where I'm at. So, it took a lot of hard work to figure out and really go through more phases of my life. But I'm at the point now where I went and did the whole band thing. Had the band of brothers and we're playing shows and, all that. And I'm happy where I'm just doing solo work and I can do everything myself in this little studio. I have this room and I could create videos, write music, and put it all together and have it out on Spotify and everything just from this room. That's what I always wanted, was to just enjoy making things out of thin air that is actually cool. I just wanted to make cool stuff. That's the simple thing about it. And I am so thankful of finding that out early on, because I feel bad for so many people that are still somewhat lost, and maybe they went through their whole life and they never found out what they were actually good at or whatever. And I always believe there's something, everybody has something that they could be immensely good at or an expert at. And some just never took the time to maybe try to figure out where they, did a little digging in a ditch to the point to where they finally, found gold, the proverbial gold. And I feel like if you don't have that thing that you found out that you could be an expert at, even if it's knitting or drawing or, yelling at the top of your lungs or farting on command, if you haven't found your thing, that could lead to depression and feeling, pretty bad about stuff and feeling like maybe you haven't had a fulfilling life. And that's also another thing I think about is, what is life? What is the things that make your life fulfilled? And I feel like a lot of it is always doing the thing that is in your head without any kind of worry about what society will think about you or what people will think about you. Oh, I better not say this because what if my grandma sees it? Or oh, I better not do this because what will the people in my friend group think about me? It's not like everything that they like. I better, go with the flow and just be like them. And I get it. It's like a human thing to not out yourself or not to be an outcast. It's like it's in our head to be a part of a group. Cavemen and stuff, they band together and stuff. And if you're an outlier, you're not going to be included on the feast of the day. And that's back then, but still, that's in our brains to still feel that way. You don't want to be outed and feel like you're weird or whatever. But if you do have that itch and you do have that thing that you want to pursue and you're just afraid to because of what society in general or even your closest buddy may think, you should just do it anyways. And chances are, if you do have that fear, chances are the worst thing would be if they are actually good friends or good people in general, the worst thing that could happen would be, huh, I never knew you were like that. I never knew you like that. It's actually pretty cool. You may open up doors for them to pursue more things. So, if no one else is like that in your friend group that's a little wacky or weird or somewhat of an outcast, you may have to be that person to open the doors for other people. And that's where being a leader or a follower comes in. A lot of leaders don't really pursue wanting to be leaders, but out of necessity, they become leaders because nothing else is getting done. You may be a leader and you don't even know it. And a lot of followers want to be leaders. Like they see the fame or the attention that the leaders get, and they get envious of that and almost feel like they want to be in competition with the leader. I would say that's one of the differences between a leader and a follower a lot of the times is having the guts, having the balls to pursue the thing that you're afraid what others would think is weird or, oh, what are they going to say? Like you only have one life. You only have so much time until your time is up to pursue the things that you really want to do instead of just going with the flow and being afraid. I remember one time I was at some bar. This was years ago. And I thought it was weird, but this is the norm. They probably all saw me and thought I was weird, but I was just sitting down having a burger, and I saw like 6 dudes, and they were all wearing the same thing. Cardinals baseball cap, Under Armour button shirt polo thing with some of them had like sports teams on it. The same kind of like jeans and shoes and everything, like black shoes, and they all pretty much they looked like clones. It was insane, and they were all holding beers in their hands, the same hand, at this angle with their hands, just standing there all in a line, not facing each other, conversing, just kind of like standing there looking. I'm like, oh my God, that to me, that image is hell. That is sheer hell. Now, a lot of people see that as, oh, I'm just hanging out with the boys. You see that as hell? But like, psychologically, just from a distance, when you see that, you're like, oh my God, is there not they all can't be that same way. Like they all chose that same thing. Some probably feel pressured to dress like that when they maybe want to dress somewhere else, somehow else. What the hell am I even talking about? It takes me back to like when I was in school and everybody was wearing the Adidas jackets. Like that was the coolest thing. And I remember as a kid feeling pressured and thinking, man, I want an Adidas jacket because my friends are wearing Adidas jackets. But when you dig deeper into that psychology and thinking, Okay, you just got to ask yourself, well, why do I really want that Adidas jacket? Because everyone else has it? Why should I care about it because everyone else has it? And that'll make you start thinking, there's something here that I need to unravel and realize to myself that this isn't a big deal. I'm gonna wear the jacket that my parents bought me and not bother them with, can I get an Adidas jacket? Why? What's wrong with the one you have? I don't know, but everybody else has an Adidas jacket. That's stupid. That's me talking to myself. No, that's stupid. Just because someone else does. Do you think if you get the Adidas jacket too, that you're going to be accepted into this upper echelon of Adidas jacket wearers? And they come with a gold star every day, as a little sticker they put on your. You got an Adidas jacket. You are approved. You are valid in society now. And an Adidas jacket is a very small form of this, but people grow up and the Adidas jacket turns into marriage by 25. The Adidas jacket turns into owning a house by the time you're 30. The Adidas jacket turns into having two kids with a white picket fence and a dog. And the Adidas jacket is getting a college degree, like all this stuff. And everybody thinks, oh, I need to have that in order to feel like I'm on the right path. And you just take all of that and wipe it away. Because what you're doing when you have that mentality is you are setting yourself up for a very bad time where you're going to feel ashamed for yourself for no reason. So that's when you got to ask yourself, wait, why am I beating myself up? You shouldn't be beating yourself up. You've got to be your best friend. And that's when I think about internal dialogue. I have internal dialogue the entire time in my head every single day. There's always a million things that run through my head. It's to the point to where when someone wants to make small talk with me, I try to carry on the conversation, but it's just like I'm exhausted by all the thoughts I already have in my head, and all the juice is wrung out from me just thinking about things, to where when it comes to making small talk, I'm just like, I can't. I want to. You are such a nice person. You are such a great person, but I am I'm tired, man. And in your inner dialogue, you can't be beating yourself up and always like dooming yourself. Because if you're not giving yourself good vibes and good thoughts about yourself and praising yourself, don't expect anybody else to. Yeah, you got to be good to yourself before you could feel like anybody else is going to be good to you. Now, there are some people that probably are normal functioning people, like the majority of people, that don't need to make music or do anything. Like they're just cool all by themselves. And they probably have, a very, very nice uh, life. And they're just going through things. They don't feel the need to create anything. And that's completely fine. There are so many different people out there. You could never expect them to be like you. You got to learn to accept that there's a lot of people that are different. They don't have the same mindsets. They don't have the same upbringing. They don't have the same experiences you do. And sometimes it's going to clash. So some people will see a flat tire on the side of the highway and just go, well, let's go and fix that. And there's some people that will see a flat tire on the side of the highway and they're going to go nuts and they're going to go insane, and it's going to ruin their entire year for having a flat tire and they don't know what to do. You could drive yourself nuts trying to figure everyone out, but you only have so much time in the day, so you just got to be aware of who you are and be your best person. I would always have this quote in my head. I want to be the person that I would look up to when I was younger. Accepting, cool, chill. Because growing up in my neighborhood as a kid, I was surrounded by older kids that were just mean. Like, I can't say it any different. They were just mean. So it was very refreshing when my friend down the street finally moved in with his family, and he was just actually cool, and there was never any like heat with anything. And it's like, oh, that's how a friend really should be. Not a friend that ties your ankles together and drags you through a grass field with twigs and stuff, uh, jabbing into your back and stuff like that, throwing your bike into a ditch just because. So, yeah, it's everyone has their own experience with who is what and what things should be, how things should be, all that. And so people that don't need to be creative, like I said, I think a lot of people that are creative and need an outlet are somewhat flawed. You know, you got to have a few cracks for the creativity to fill in and shine through. So when it comes to music or writing or whatever, a lot of creative people use those things as outlets just to get out of their real world, just to have some place to go. It's like watching a TV show and you want to take a break from, the hard day. You watch a movie or a TV show, just an escape from your normal life. I think everybody, even if you're not creative, you could relate to that because everybody needs a break, and I'm happy to do that for my videos at least, and not be so serious and just ugh. But I think that's where a lot of creativity comes from. People that do have a few cracks and they need to fill it in with an escape, someplace they could go where no other place externally in their world is. Because I'll tell you firsthand, when it comes to recording a song or something, my brain kind of shuts off everything else and just focuses on this song, and it kind of turns into a puzzle. And when you finish the song, it's such a it's a feeling that you can't get from anything else. It's an accomplishment that it's your baby basically, and that's with a video or anything else. So I feel like a lot of people that are creative, they are driven. It's not by money, it's not by fame or getting attention. It's just by doing the thing. And when you do that, and when you are like that, are genuine, and people can understand that, and they could feel that and see it. Ugh. So when it comes to having a bad day, having some stuff in your head, everybody goes through it. I don't care who you are. You could be the most, nicest person in the world, and everyone could look at you and feel like, oh man, he has his whole life together. She's doing so good. Man, it must be nice to just be so good. You don't know exactly. They may be having so much craziness going on in their life, but you would never know. And so you always got to approach someone as if, they are having the worst day ever. Even if they seem like they are happy and completely cool and everything like that, you just don't know. Some people are really good actors. And I will tell you right off the bat, there's so many times I feel like, maybe I should just stop my channel. Maybe I should just not do this anymore. And, it's a rare occasion because this brings me so much joy doing these videos, and just what can I do next? Oh, I genuinely get that excitement making these videos. And I could see myself doing this the rest of my life because I don't see it as a form of income. I don't see it as a form of, oh, I want people to look at me. I want attention. I want all the views. I don't see it as any of that, besides the fact that it's driving me. It's keeping me going. Just as a person, it makes me feel good. It genuinely makes me feel good. No matter if the video goes viral or if it just dies right away, it's just something for me. So I'll be doing this when I'm 80. Hopefully, my very last day on Earth, I will have a video and be able to put it out. Do some post stuff, have someone film my funeral and post that too. Day in the life of a dead guy. Do it like a influencer style. So today I didn't wake up. I was dead. And the people that really loved me wheeled me out in a barrel and put me in the ground. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. That'd be the ultimate final video. But anyways, the whole thing that you could take away from this video is to just be cool with yourself. When you have those inner thoughts, everyone has inner dialogue. Everyone talks to themselves. And when you actually do talk to people and get to know them more, you'll realize, oh, they're not this person I created in my head that I think they're like. They're actually totally different and actually have depth to them. But you don't really know until you actually talk to them. And a lot of people may think that way about you too. They may just, whatever. As simple as that. But the takeaway this fact is when you have that inner dialogue, don't think poorly about yourself. Like, don't beat yourself up too much. Like, you can sit there and look at all kinds of things and, oh, well, people look at me like this because I'm short or I'm fat or I'm too tall or whatever your thing may be, some physical thing that isn't looked upon greatly by society. Who cares? Honestly, who cares about if this is socially acceptable? Oh, I need to be an average of 5'10" for people to think of me as a real man, or who cares? Like, why do you feel like you have to be accepted by society? Like, when was the last time society asked you what was acceptable? So just do what you feel is right and good for yourself and the people around you. Don't worry about, oh, if this is not good enough. Screw it. Just do you. And get help if you need it. And that's it. Anyways, like I said, yeah, mental health is important. It should be talked about more. I don't talk about it enough. But like I said, so is brushing your teeth. But I just don't talk about that much either. But I figured I'd make this video just to throw that out there. And that's that. Anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Take care of yourselves and each other. Jerry Springer, to quote the great Jerry Springer. And I'm DJ Glowing Ice. Peace out.